Have you noticed something strange? Today, we have more health information than any generation before. Thousands of YouTube videos, millions of Instagram reels, podcasts, articles, experts speaking about different things, coaches speak about different things, doctors, health experts, nutritionists, dietitians, fitness trainers, influencers, so many people speaking about so much about health. And yet, people seem more confused about their health than ever before. One person tells you carbohydrates are the enemy, another says carbohydrates are essential. Someone says fasting is the answer. Someone else warns fasting will destroy your metabolism. One expert says dairy is inflammatory. Another says it's the perfect food. One video tells you to walk 10,000 steps. Another tells you walking isn't enough. One says lift weights. One says do only yoga. One says vegan. One says eat non-vegetarian. One says keto. Another says Mediterranean. And somewhere in the middle of all of this noise, you are just trying to figure out what to eat for your breakfast. As a doctor, this is one of the biggest problems I see today. People don't suffer because they lack information. They suffer because they're drowning in the information. And when you are overwhelmed, something dangerous happens. You stop listening to your own body. Instead, you start listening to the internet, to the noise outside. You jump from one diet to another, from one supplement to another, from one workout plan to another, one health influencer to another. Every Monday is a new beginning. Every Friday is a disappointment. And after years of trying everything, you start believing that nothing works. But what if the problem isn't your body? What if the problem is that your body has never been given enough time to respond? Let me share something I tell many of my patients. Your body is not a laboratory for endless experiments. It is a living system asking for consistency. Think about this. Imagine watering a plant. One Monday, you give it so much of water. On Tuesday, you don't give any water at all. Wednesday, you put a different fertilizer. Thursday, you move it into the sun. Friday, you move it back into the shade. Saturday, you change the entire soil. And Sunday, you wonder, why isn't the plant growing? Would you blame the plant? Or would you realize it never had a chance to adapt? That is exactly what many of us are doing with our own body. And then we say, my body isn't cooperating, but perhaps it simply hasn't experienced stability. So, where do we begin? Not with another diet, not with another supplement, not with another health trend. We begin with awareness because understanding always comes before transformation. I call this step one. Understand your own pattern. Take a notebook, write down every diet you have tried, every exercise program that you have tried, every supplement you have tried to experiment with, every medicine, every detox, every challenge that you have enrolled yourself in, every weight loss plan that you have tried, everything. Then ask yourself these questions. How long did I follow it? Why did I stop? How did my body actually respond? Did I sleep better? Did my digestion improve? Did my energy increase? Or was I simply chasing someone else's success story? Most people have never stopped to connect these dots. They're too busy looking for the next answer. But your own history contains valuable information. Your body has been giving you feedback all along. The question is whether you have been listening or not. Here is another exercise or another homework for you. Draw a timeline of your health. Mark the periods when you felt your best. Then ask, what was different then? How was my sleep? What was my stress level? How active was I? What was I eating regularly? What relationships surrounded me? Was I spending time outdoors? Was I happy? You will often discover that your healthiest phase wasn't because of one miracle diet. It was because multiple aspects of your life were in balance. Health is rarely about one thing. It is about patterns. And that is exactly why generic advice often fails. Your body is unique. Your experiences are unique. Your stressors are unique. Your environment is unique too, both internal as well as external environment. So your healing journey must also be unique. That is why I encourage every patient to become a student of their own body. Notice what gives you energy. Notice what drains you of your energy. Notice which food satisfies you, which food irritates you. Notice which habits improve your sleep. Notice when your body whispers before it starts screaming. Because awareness is not passive. Awareness is the first treatment. And here is something I want you to remember. The body you criticize every day is the same body that's been fighting to keep you alive every single second. It's not trying to betray you. It is trying to communicate with you. The more clearly you understand its language, the better decisions you can make for yourself, for your health. So before you start another diet next Monday, pause, take a notebook, write your story, study your pattern, look for consistency instead of novelty. You don't need another trend. What you need is clarity. And clarity begins the moment you stop asking, what is everyone else doing? And instead start asking, what is my body trying to tell me? Because your body has been speaking all along. Perhaps today is the day you finally start listening. Take care. Namaste.